As you'd be aware, in mid-2016, Great Lakes Australia announced it was going to be exiting direct insurance in Australia. As a result, Rural Affinity has secured a new relationship going forward with Talbot Underwriting, a Lloyd's syndicate. I'd like to firstly thank Munich Re and Great Lakes for their great support over the first 11 years of our business, and we're also really thrilled to have the support of Talbot going forward. In conjunction with the change of insurer behind our business, we've also taken the opportunity to refresh our farm pack policy wording. The changes to our farm pack policy wording should provide you and your customers with greater peace of mind, with broader coverage, automatic reinstatements, and less need to list specific items on the policy. The new farm pack policy wording also provides greater clarity in definitions and descriptions of how the covers work. In the domestic section, one of the things that is changing is that solar panels will be included as part of the farm building, regardless of whether they're attached to the farm building or not. The proviso is that the solar panels are simply providing power to the domestic building. So even if they're detached, they'll be included as part of the farm building. They'll be covered for a sum insured up to $10,000 without being specified. If you require a sum insured above $10,000, you will need to specify them on the policy. In addition to that, we've increased the allowable value of ride-on mowers from $5,000 when new to $8,000 with new, without requiring them to be specified under the policy. Under the farm property section, we've made some key changes. Firstly, livestock, there is now an option to insure it on a first loss basis. That means to remove the underinsurance provision. You can still choose the option for livestock with the underinsurance provision, which has a significantly lower premium. If you have a renewing policy with livestock cover and you wish to convert it to a first loss basis, please let our underwriters know. Cover for hay and grain is now extended to include cover for wind and water, provided the hay and grain is stored in an adequately constructed building or silo. Farm contents cover has been broadened to provide cover for wind and water, provided the item damaged is designed to be used in the open air. Also in the farm property section, we've now included a cover for general property. This is there to cover things like GPS units and things that can be transferred from one vehicle or from one farm to another. In the past, you may have tried to insure a GPS unit, for example, in the farm motor section, or maybe as farm contents. In the motor vehicle section, there's a few major changes. Firstly, for private motor vehicles, previously the sum insured that we would pay was either the sum insured listed on the schedule or the market value. We have now removed the provision for the sum insured, so we'll now insure your vehicle at the market value with no need for a sum insured to be noted on the schedule. We've also broadened the definition of what accessories are included in the vehicle to now include all manufacturers' fitted accessories or any aftermarket accessories up to a value of $5,000 or 25% of the sum insured of the vehicle. For accessories in excess of that limit, you should still note them on the policy. For theft, we now automatically include $5,000 cover for livestock within the theft sum insured. For theft and transit and various other places within the policy where there was a limit in the period of cover, we have now altered the policy so that there's an automatic reinstatement of those limits. In the liability section, the cover has now been extended to include the use of a drone. We'll provide you cover for the use of a drone provided you aren't using it for payment from a third party and in relation to your own farming business. In addition to the broadening of covers and the clarification of the way the policy works, there is a few areas where the cover's been restricted or tightened. The main one of those I'd like to draw your attention to is the definition of farm contents. Under the new PDS, farm machinery will no longer be allowed to be included as a farm content. For renewing policies under the expiring policies, we'll be providing you with unspecified farm machinery cover to a limit of $5,000 per item for no additional cost. I'd also like to take the opportunity to touch on some of our underwriting criteria and requirements. Those who have been dealing with Rural Affinity will be familiar that we require 5 years loss history before providing a quotation, and we also require full construction details in the domestic section, that being the age of construction and the materials. For buildings older than 1970, we would also require some photos and details of any rewiring, plumbing or renovations. In the farm property section, while not essential, we would also prefer to be provided with construction details. This will enable us to provide you with the most competitive premium we possibly can. At Rural Affinity, we pride ourselves on having a personal touch to our underwriting. And I encourage you, if you have any queries, to please contact one of our underwriters. Our underwriting team is headed by Sarah Hando, with our team leader for Farm Pack being Jess Caulfield and for Crop, Jock Tolmie.